first of all, is that you need to know who you want to be. Like, for instance, I'm sure everybody wants to have a happy life, wants to have a fulfilling life. That requires a plan. That requires you knowing who you want to be and what you want to be. So by setting your values and setting your mind frame and tuning into that mindset of sustainability, you will actually feel a fulfillment, and you will feel that you are actually making a difference in today's world. So, and also by not blaming other people. For instance, I bought this product because X bought this product. As people, as a consumer as well, like me today as a consumer, when I buy something, I ask, where's this product? How is this product made? Is it animal cruelty? Is it you know, so as a consumer, we have the right to understand the process of what we are buying and what we are choosing to spend our money on, and what are we choosing to empower and to sustain, you know. So in these kinds of acts, we can as well make a difference. For instance, if I want to buy a makeup brand and I like that's an example of me. I liked a makeup brand and I was using it for the past couple of years, and then I discovered that it actually uses animal testing, so I stopped using it. But I like specific things in the brand, so I went to the salesperson and I asked them, these are the things that I like about this brand. Do you have it in a different brand that is not tested on animals? So the salesperson can actually help you in making other decisions and choosing other brands that are sustainable and that actually care about and are kind for our environment. So, and at the same time, not blame ourselves, you know, and punish ourselves. There's no need of doing that as well, because at the end of the day, there is a problem and we need to find a solution to it, and we need to act upon the solution. So by blaming ourselves, blaming others, this is not part of the solution. So as well, it's part of the process is not to blame ourselves as well. And know that we always have a choice. We always have a choice to take decisions to better our future and to better our environment. So, yeah, this is more or less sustainability. And each and every person has the power to actually make a better world for our children and for us as well. Because if we don't do that, then we are making a statement that we are incapable of rectifying a certain situation. So by empowering ourselves and empowering other people that are involved in this process can actually make a difference in our world and in the worlds of our children as well. Thank you. If you have any questions. Do you have any questions? Yeah.
Okay.
Hi.
I was just wondering, do you work with, organizations like Fairtrade or Fairware or GOT to get your brand certified that it's sustainable, or?
No, we don't work with any organizations yet. We are in the process of, when we started off as a brand, we are weaving sustainability in our business strategies, and we will be sustainably, what was your question again? There's fair trade. No, we're not certified. No, we're not certified, but we are working on, as a business structure, we are taking decisions that can make actually a difference. It's just by taking little decisions. So we don't have to be certified, but it would be part of our plan in the future. Yeah. Any other questions?
In terms of the global wastage and pollution scale, where does fashion sit in that hierarchy?
It's the second most pollutant after the fuel industry. Yeah, so it's one of the biggest. This is why, like, even the little choices, little actions in the fashion industry itself can actually make an impact, you know. So thank you for the question. Yes?
Do you reach out to other fashion companies?
We do. We are open to collaborations, and in LaLaQueen we are about shedding light and inspiring and motivating people and our consumers and everyone that we are a conscious brand. And recently we collaborated with Esmo Dubai as well. We chose 3 designers that are inspired by our sustainable process, so that they can design 3 bags that are, so we do collaborate with other designers, and we are open to collaborations. And we're also open to ideas, ways, and tools in which where we can collaborate with, so that we can add more sustainable value to the brand as well. So we are very open and honest and transparent with our communication and with the way that we operate as well. And this is part of being a sustainable brand. What we are doing in our business structure is what we communicate to our consumers. So, yeah.
Was that part of your idea from startup to be sustainable? Part of your business plan?
I've always had a calling that I needed to save the planet, and I needed as a child, you know. So it's not about what you do; it's about the attitude you have doing it. So when I designed bags, it's because it's part of my values, part of my beliefs, and I injected that into the business. And then by doing more research, I found out more that, this is called sustainable fashion. This is called, so this is where I started diving deeper into sustainable fashion with more research and with more, so.
As a consumer, when you're going to purchase fashion items or pieces of clothing or garments, how do we know that the brands that we're supporting are sustainability minded? You use the example of the makeup brand and asking the salesperson about animal testing, but in our day-to-day kind of shopping experiences, how can we be more actively seeking out those brands if they're not necessarily promoting the fact that they're sustainable? How do we make those choices wisely?
I feel that it's about educating ourselves as consumers as well, you know. So when you see a brand and you like it, I do my research on brands, and I ask the salespeople that are there. I see what is it made up of, and there are, like, today on the internet, all the information is there about companies and how they operate. So by doing the proper research, I think you can find everything, all the information about the brand online. So part of it, and this is taking responsibility. It's part of taking us as consumers being responsible, is knowing what we are purchasing and what we are spending our money on and what is it that we are empowering. So this is why I ask consumers to support sustainable brands and to support not only in fashion and food and design, and a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of organizations and business people and organizations are adopting sustainability. So I'd like to ask everybody to support these kinds of organizations, because when you empower them, then it can actually create a tipping point, as I said, and we can regain the balance again. Yes?
I was late, I'm sorry.
It's
if
okay.
You answered this already, just tell me to. You have. What do you think about cradle-to-cradle manufacturing? Do you know what I mean by that? About you make a handbag or something, and then you have to think about those materials forever.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to think about what happens to the handbag at the end of its life, and what does it then become? Can it become another handbag?
So this is why I like to use leather, genuine leather, even though like a lot of people can argue that by using leather it's not sustainable. But the reason why I like to work with leather, because it's a very durable material, and actually when it can biodegrade without harming the environment at all. So with regards to handbags, I actually create timeless pieces that can be passed on maybe from, that's what I aim to do, from generation to another. Yeah, and they're biodegradable and they're friendly on nature. So did I answer your question?
You answered half of it. Yeah. I just
What's
wonder
the other half?
Well, eventually, a handbag won't go on forever. So
yeah, it won't.
It won't.
But
so
part of the doctor.
At the end of its life?
It won't. But actually, I was at when I was in Florence, I bought a vintage doctor bag and it was actually vintage, and I loved the fact that it was vintage and the quality was there for it to actually be in very good condition, and it had a story. It belonged to a doctor, and this doctor went around healing people in Florence. So I actually enjoyed buying this piece, even though it looked old, but it was still in good quality. So I liked that it had a story behind it. So this is where my inspiration of creating timeless pieces came from. Yeah, because it can have a story, and it can be passed on with the story of the person wearing the bag. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you all for being here. I hope I inspired you enough